Carl Jung said, "Awaken and shine your light for others to follow. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." This is an invitation to move differently in the world, to operate from a place of deep knowing and alignment. I'm Adrienne McDonald, and welcome to the Source Code Podcast. Let's dive in. Hello, beautiful humans, and welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. Grab your favorite beverage, and let's see what the muse has for us today. I'm back from vacation, and if I sound a little off, I'm still recovering from a little something I picked up on vacation. What is important, though, is I think I have finally caught up on all my laundry. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw I was in Italy and Croatia and Greece, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, you missed out on some great Instagram stories. The trip had some twists and turns, as they normally do on family vacations, but all in all, we had some really lovely sights. And I was really surprised how much I really loved Croatia. It is a gorgeous country, and our tour guide, Tony, was exceptional. Now on to today's topic. I saw a quote from Nietzsche this week, and that really struck me. When we are tired, we are attacked by ideas we conquered long ago. And I had to really chuckle about this because I really felt some of this on this trip. I felt myself drifting a bit when I was in frustration. And I mentioned earlier that some of the trip I just didn't feel too particularly great. So when we look at the word tired, and I think that could be mentally tired, physically tired, energetically tired, spiritually tired, all the kinds of tired. When I look at that, immediately what comes up for me is feeling trapped. And this episode might feel especially resonating with generators, manifesting generators in human design, or if you have a line 5 in your profile. Not to say that if you don't have those things, you won't get something out of it. However, you might have a slightly different language that I'll be using. When you're tired and you have those moments of feeling like you're being attacked by ideas you conquered long ago, the first step out of that is forgiveness, forgiving yourself, because scolding yourself that you should have known better, or how did I get here again, or any of that crap is just not productive. Richard Rudd said something great about the city, which is like the highest expression of the power of forgiveness. He said that understanding will take the place of knowledge. We will no longer need to logically make sense of paradoxes of existence, because our new center of awareness will give us a physical and energetic understanding of existence. Wouldn't that be nice? Because I think life is full of paradoxes. And I think we struggle with that sometimes. And forgiveness allows the truth behind all form to be seen. Further than that, it allows one to see through and thus become one with the truth. And I thought that's a really beautiful expression of forgiveness. And I think that when you're trying to do that with yourself, especially, that can give some wonderful insight. I also think that when you're feeling trapped, you're straddling a line of some sort. And I think sometimes it may be that you've spent too much time at a crossroads and haven't made a decision. Sometimes you've spent too much energy into trying to make something work that is just not going to, whether that be relationships or work situations or clients or what have you. And when this episode drops, the human design gate that the sun is transiting through is 29. And the shadow of the 29 is half-heartedness. And the gift is commitment, and the city is devotion. Now, I have this gate very prominently in my Gene Keys profile. It's my Pearl, or in HD, it's my Jupiter placement. So I've contemplated this one quite a bit. And I believe if you're feeling trapped in some way, that somewhere in the root of that lies half-heartedness. Richard says that the 29 with its programming partner 30 create quite possibly the greatest emotional chaos of any of the two shadow pairings in the 64 gene keys. And that sounds a lot like feeling trapped to me. So I want to read a passage about the 29 shadow from the gene keys. Half-heartedness robs you of your opportunity to participate in life's mystery. It stalls the natural tendency towards the magical and the profound. This shadow keeps you a victim of fate rather than a player in the great play. It keeps you in the sidelines, ensuring you play roles in life that are dull and monotonous or else fraught with emotional agony. In a nutshell, when you enter into something half-heartedly, you invite misery into your life. No matter who you are, your life depends on you honoring the laws of this gene key. When you do something half-heartedly, you're actually behaving dishonestly with yourself. You may not be dishonest with others, but you're being dishonest with yourself and with life. And this always has unpleasant consequences. Now, in the repressive nature, this can look like overcommitting, keeping those commitments no matter what. And then the reactive nature of this could look like not committing to anything ever fully. Moving out of half-heartedness into commitment, though, it really feels like a clear decision that courses through your entire being, like this inner knowing. Richard reflects that it's not like an emotional way that feels like excitement or nervousness. It's more of a wholesome through and through, as if nature itself was taking over your destiny and showing you the way ahead. It's not as much about the goal as it is about the process and the acceptance of cycles in the journey. And I think that a lot of people have problems accepting the different season of things. Now, I call this the inner knowing. And this is about aligning with your inner direction and trusting. And now you may be thinking to yourself, that sounds pretty great, but I'm still feeling trapped, and I don't know how to do that practically. And I get that. So let's get into that a little bit. If you've been in the human design space for any length of time, you've heard the term deconditioning or perhaps decoding. And there's some stuff out there that says you've got to be doing the experiment of human design for 7 years before you're fully conditioned. And I don't know. I think this deconditioning yourself process is a lifelong thing, because it's deconditioning yourself from whatever belief systems that were instilled into you from as a child. And this is also, you could factor in generational trauma or generational belief systems. It's like all the things. And I just think, again, it's a lifelong process. I do think and believe that you can get significantly faster at course correction, because I'm living proof of that. But there's also a lot about moving out of the mind and into the body, and that is also very true, but I also think that there's nuance to be discussed there. Making your mind the enemy is not very productive either. So there's a lot of nuance and context, and that's the reason why it's an experiment, right? Is to experiment with the map that human design gives you. The way out of feeling trapped, out of half-heartedness, and moving towards a more meaningful and fulfilling existence is deconditioning, though. Now, my definition of that is deconditioning is that intentional process of shifting your thoughts and your emotions and your behaviors to better align with your true self. And again, Human Design Gene Keys gives you that map, that source code, so that you can have the fullest expression of yourself reflecting your authentic values and beliefs. This is also why I say that know what hills will you die on and evaluate those on the regular, because as you decondition, those values and beliefs change. a lot of the time. Human design gives us a map of how we operate optimally. It's a jump start and a way to stop fighting with yourself so much. And I did that a lot. Like, why am I like this? And why can't I just do it the way like everybody else does when it comes to certain things? It's like this internal war. And I look at my human design and my gene keys chart and I go, yeah, okay, that makes much more sense now. Now, when it comes to deconditioning, in my personal opinion, the biggest helper in that is looking at your not self and self themes. I did a whole episode on this, so you can go back and listen to that one. And it, depending on what you are, anger, bitterness, resentment, disappointment. For me as a generator, it's frustration. And looking at these not self themes daily, brings my awareness in a way that I can course correct a lot quicker. Now, you could argue with me and say, come on, Adrian, there are tons of people out there that are frustrated and feeling trapped. And you know what I say to that? Yeah, because most of the planet isn't operating optimally. I mean, come on. Look around at the chaos and the unhappiness. Why do you think I'm doing this? It's like, come on, we're all trying to help each other out here. Because I know there's a better way. And actually, there's many different paths to a better way. This is just one way. This is just one path to that way. So it also helps to start noticing what is yours and what is not yours. And your open centers are going to give you some insight there. After spending some time alone, doing a body scan, if something comes up, that's also helpful too. That'll help you determine, like, is this mine or is this someone projecting some crap onto me? Now, if you're a generator or a manifesting generator, you are never going to get out of feeling trapped unless you stop giving energy to stuff you feel obligated to do or you don't like to do, period. You just aren't. You're going to burn out. You will get sick. That is also an interesting tidbit. The more you work on yourself, the more conscious you become, the faster your body will revolt when you are headed down a path that isn't for you. I used to be able to power through just about anything before my body would tap out. Now I go down a little down a road that I probably shouldn't be going down. And my body's like, nope, not doing that again. Tapping out. You need energy to have a meaningful life. You need energy to go after and achieve the goals that you want to achieve. You need energy to feel joy and happiness and peace. So it's best to use that energy optimally so that you can feel those things and not give it away to things that are just going to drain you. Now, on my trip, I observed a lot of beauty, a lot of inspiration. And when I got home, some of the things I've been frustrated about in my environment seemed to be more pronounced. And that usually happens with me. I go away, I get inspired, I come back, I'm like, okay, I'm sick of this right here. And I've been sick, so that just made me stew about it more. Very, very frustrating. Very not self-theme. See the theme there? Very frustration. A lot of frustration, I should say. Going about this the wrong way, though, because I started to get overwhelmed. It's like, well, how can I break this down? How can I break this into pieces? How can I bring my spiritual practices into this? What's going to lead me to feeling satisfied? And then some ideas popped in. So let me give you an example. I love my husband dearly. He's a beautiful, beautiful human. I hate traveling with him most of the time. We're fine when we get there, but going through the actual process of like getting on an airplane, not a fun story. So I had been waiting to do global entry and TSA pre-check together, so that we can sort of make that process a little bit easier. And I came back and I'm like, I'm not waiting on you anymore, honey. Like, I'll see you at the gate. I'm gonna go get my stuff and get it done and stop trying to feel obligated that we have to do this together. That is a simple little story, but if you knew the amount of anxiety that I have trying to get through TSA because he does not like people touching his things, it is an ordeal. It is an ordeal. But I feel obligated that I had to wait on him before I could just simply go out and do it myself. And that, even hearing myself say it now, it's like, that's so stupid. Why am I doing this to myself? I can just see you at the gate. So what is your not self telling you? What is it showing you? Where do you need to make some practical changes? Where are you still grinding, especially if you're a generator, a manifesting generator, or projector? Actually, all of them. Nobody should be grinding. Where are you holding on to with half-heartedness? Where are you not committed? Everything is energy. Where are you energetically connected that you shouldn't be anymore? What's draining you? Where have you not made the full commitment to trust and embrace the path? So where are you still hedging? You can't be magnetic and half-hearted. It doesn't work that way. So give that some thought this week. Let me know what would be helpful to help you decondition. I've thought about going through each center, perhaps. Perhaps that's what we'll do next. Give me some feedback, guys. I want to hear from you. As always, thanks for listening. If you found this helpful, please share out the episode, or if you feel so inclined, leave a review. But also, and most importantly, remember to find beauty every day and seek out the magic in the mundane. Thank you for listening to the Source Code Podcast. If you found this episode insightful and feel moved to, please leave a review and share it out with those you believe will find it helpful. You can check out my website for more information at www.adrianmcdonald.com. And for more of my more regular musings, connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and LinkedIn. I hope you have a beautiful week.